morning, children. Welcome to your English class. In today's English class, we are going to finish the chapter Parts of Speech. In my last grammar class, I talked about the 8 parts of speech and I discussed the first 2 parts of speech with you. They were noun and pronoun. Now in today's class, we are going to discuss the 6 other parts of speech from your book. So, let's start. Children, first we will remember the 8 parts of speech. Please repeat after me. The first one is noun. N-O-U-N. Noun. Number 2 is pronoun. P-R-O-N-O-U-N. Pronoun. The third one is adjective. Adjective. Fourth one is verbs. The fifth one is adverb. Now the sixth one is preposition. Preposition. Now the seventh one is conjunction. And the 8th one is interjection. They are the 8 parts of speech. Now in today's class, I am going to start with the 3rd parts of speech, that is adjective. That is adjective. Now I have written the rhymes given in your book. We will read that. An adjective describes a noun like happy or ugly, rich or brown. So, the work of adjective is to describe a noun. How the noun looks or what is the quality of that noun. Like happy. Happy describes a person. If I say the boy is happy, then happy, this word will describe the boy. Now, ugly. Ugly describes the appearance of a person. The girl is ugly. In this sentence, ugly will be an adjective. Then, rich. The family is rich. In this line, the word rich describes the family. Now, brown. This is a color. I can say the dress is brown. In this sentence, the word brown will give us the description of the dress. So, the main work of adjective is to describe. Adjective describes. Now, I have written a sentence. The rose is red. The rose is red. In this sentence, the noun is rose. How does the rose look like? The rose is red. So here, red is the adjective. Red is the adjective. This was all about adjective. Now I will move on to the next parts of speech. That is verbs. That is verbs. Now, what is verb? A verb tells what the subject does. like jumps or fishes or is or was. So, the verb tells us the work of the subject. What the subject is doing is called the verbs. Like jumps. Jump denotes an activity. Likewise, fishes, is, was, all of these are verbs. Look at the sentence that I have written. I play football. I play football. In this line, the subject is I. And what does the subject doing here? Play. So, play will be the verb. Play will be the verb. So, this was all about verbs. So, the adjective describes and the verb denotes the working of the subject. Now, we will talk about the next two parts of speech. Now, we will talk about the next two parts of speech. Here, the first one is adverb. Now, what is an adverb? Let's look at the rhyme. An adverb tells you how or when, like quietly or well or when. An adverb tells us how the verb is done or when the verb is done. How and when. Like quietly. Quietly. If I say, I read quietly. In this sentence, the verb is read. And how do I read? I read quietly. So, in that sentence, quietly will be the adverb. Likewise, well and when. These are also two examples of adverbs. Now, look at the sentence that I have written. I always rise in the morning. I always rise in the morning. In this sentence, the verb is rise. Now, when do I rise? I rise in the morning. And how do I rise in the morning? I always rise in the morning. Now, in this sentence, always will be the adverb. Now, the next parts of speech. Preposition. Now, what is preposition? A preposition leads a noun in bed, at sea, or to the town. Now, in these examples, the prepositions are in, at, and to. Now, what is the work of preposition in a sentence? Let's look. Children, I have written a sentence. I go school. I go school. There is something wrong in this sentence. This is not the right way to write this sentence. Now, can you think what is missing? I will tell you. If I write, I go to school, I go to school, then the line will be correct. So, to is a preposition. The work of preposition is to make the relation between the verb and the noun clear to us. The verb and the noun, the relationship between this verb and noun will be clear with the help of this preposition. If I do not write this preposition, then the meaning of the sentence will not be correct. So, the preposition is a very important part of a sentence. Now, we will talk about the last two parts of speech. Now, we will talk about the last two parts of speech. Here, the first one is conjunction. Conjunction. Now, what is a conjunction? Let's read the rhyme. Conjunctions are bridge across to sentences but and because. So, conjunctions work like a bridge. It bridges two sentences with but and because. Now, I have written two sentences. I was absent, and the number two sentence is I had fever. I was absent. I had fever. These are two separate sentences. If I want to bridge these two sentences, I will take the help of a conjunction. I will take the help of conjunction because. I will use because. And the line will be I was absent because I had fever. In this way, I can bridge two sentences with the help of conjunction. Now, lastly, we have interjection. Interjection. Now, what is an interjection? Let's look at the rhyme. The interjections, last of all, like oh and ouch, are very small. Interjections are very small and they are usually used at the very beginning of the sentences. The interjections express the emotions of happiness or sadness or fear or wonder. Here I have written a sentence. Alas, I lost. Alas, I lost. Here the word alas expresses the emotion of sadness. This is an interjection. This interjection expresses the emotion of sadness. So, these were the parts of speech. I hope the class have been very useful to you. I will end my class here. I will meet you in my next class. Till then, take care and goodbye.